Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Afternoons LALATE. Your $1,400 third stimulus check is landing in bank accounts in 48 hours. I'll be going over that deposit on Wednesday, April 7th in this video. Also, the mail checks. I'll be answering your questions. I'm in the live chat. Meantime, I'll go over the other money that's coming to you. That tax refund, if you paid on your unemployment and you pay taxes on it, a big check is coming back to you. I'll be going over that. The student loan debt forgiveness. How soon could your student loan debt be forgiven? I'll go over that routing time. And then this is purple. So I'm going to go over the big money you can get. Money right now, not 5 days from now, not 5 weeks from now, right now. And it's under third stimulus. Get ready. There's big money coming for you. And this is Afternoons LALATE. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How are you doing? It's a big Monday afternoon, and I am live in the chat, and I see everyone in the room, so say hi. I will be answering your questions live on air in just a second, but let me cover what's happening with that $1,400 third stimulus check. First, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. And thank you for tuning in today. Today's numbers have been really quite great, so I really appreciate it. Like this video. It really helps in the algorithm rankings. Meantime, if you're watching the show taped, join me tonight on Evenings LALATE because I will be in the live chat for that massive recording, which is 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Here's what you need to know. That $14 third stimulus check is landing in bank accounts on Wednesday, and it is coming for everyone. People who file tax returns, people who don't, people who are on SSI and SSDI and those who don't, people who appear in that IRS tool and those who don't. Yes, if you're not in that IRS tool, that does not mean you aren't getting a stimulus check on Wednesday. How's that for a double negative? You will likely be getting that stimulus check in Wednesday by direct deposit. You also need to watch the mail because you may be a mail recipient. More about those mail recipients in a second. But this is what you need to know. Everyone's getting paid this round. It includes veterans who sent me an alert over the weekend that they have a pending deposit for Wednesday. It includes Direct Express by Comerica. It includes big banks like Bank American Chase, Citizens Bank, smaller banks across the board, also credit unions, and includes everyone and anyone. The people not getting stimulus checks are people who are dependents on someone else's tax return or people who have a representative payee. Also, if the IRS doesn't know about the person, they're not getting a stimulus check. Here's an example. You're on SSI and they know about you because you get benefits every month, but they don't know you have a child. The child won't get a stimulus check. How do you fix this? Well, the first and second stimulus check, if it's missing, you can request it on a tax return. But if the third one's missing, we haven't gotten that clarification yet from Treasury. We presume it's going to be the same way. And I've had viewers throughout the day that said, I didn't get a check from my kid the first or second time around. Well, guess what? You're getting $1,800 for those first two checks for that child. And the viewer said, if I don't get the third check, then what? Well, then you're getting $1,800 plus $1,400 per child. That child has a lot of money coming to them. So that's how we're kicking it. All right, let's go over that IRS tool. If it doesn't show information about you, there's two ways to fix it. First, try caps. Viewer Margie gave us the first hack on Saturday. Try typing in the address in all caps, and it will likely show a result. Second hack from AJ today on Mornings LA said go in there and type it in exactly the way you receive your checks every month from IRS or anything you receive from IRS. Type in the address exactly that way. Another benchmark would be look at the tax return. This is the third hack. If you do file tax returns, look at the way you last typed your address on the tax return. And that would be the third way to hack it. Let's turn to those paper check people. If you haven't gotten the paper check, don't worry, it's coming late. March 26th mail check showed up today. Can you imagine? It's almost, 10 days late, 12 days late? They're still coming. Those April 2nd to 5th checks, they're still coming. They look like they're on time. And the April 9th checks for this week, they're coming on Friday. Later in this video, I'll be going over those standalone items, those big monies like refund checks that are coming from IRS, And I'll also be going over forced stimulus. But here's what you need to know about the other money. There's a lot of other money that's available for you under third stimulus. And what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to go over all that money in a second. But first, if you have questions about the $1,400 third stimulus check, let me answer those questions right now. There's Yvonne. I asked my daughter, she turned 18 and never filed her tax returns. How do I make sure she gets her own check going forward? So here's the big question. That's a great question for a young adult. So Yvonne has a daughter, and the daughter never filed a tax return when she was 17 or younger. So the question is, did Yvonne file tax returns or did she not? Here is the rub. If Yvonne never filed a tax return, then there's two ways to do it. First, Yvonne can file a tax return for 2020 and claim the daughter as a dependent and get those checks paid retroactively. Or the daughter can go and file her tax return and request those checks as well. That's a really unusual circumstance. I'm presuming that Yvonne has not filed a tax return. Let me answer some more questions. Pokey King. Hey, LALATE, if I filed, married, and received my third stimulus, I'm a veteran. Is another check solely for me, or is that for people who haven't received it? So that's very fascinating. So, Pokey, because you're married, you should get $2,800 as your stimulus check, provided you have no children. So, it's a great question. Here's a married individual who's wondering, will there be separate checks or will they be together? The way they're supposed to do it is send the married couple a $2,800 check. Now, here's the rub. If you're on Real Housewives and you get divorced every 6 months, they don't know you're getting divorced every 6 months. If you got married and divorced 3 times in the last 6 months, they don't know that. So they'll go off of the most recent update they have about you. And the most recent update may be that they think you're still single. Ultimately, if they think you're single, you're going to get a single person's check. But if they know you're married, you're going to get a married person's check. And there you go. Great question across the board. Let me jump back into the comments. Shirley says, Yvonne, I believe she'll have to file because there's a place in the tax papers where they can put their information in. Well, the question is whether Yvonne had filed before or not. I don't know if I saw that in the questions. I know the chat is delayed by about 60 seconds. Let me answer some more of your incredible questions across the board. Maria, I'm on SSDI and Bank of America, nothing pending, and get my stimulus tool says unavailable in the U.S. informed delivery, nothing coming. So Maria Rodriguez, this is what you need to know. Bank America is an easy one. Bank America always pays the money on Wednesdays. It paid viewers money on each of these waves every Wednesday. So if you're going to get money from Bank America, it would be this Wednesday. That would be the day the money would show up. When on Wednesday? Throughout the entire day. Throughout the entire day, the money will show up. If it does not show up on Wednesday, it's not coming by direct deposit. It's coming in the mail. So watch the mail every day and watch Bank America only on Wednesday. That would be the day in which that landing money would happen. Remember, there's been a wave before, and each of these waves, Bank America has made that deposit on each respective wave. Let me jump back into the live chat right now as well. Bunny, I've just been notified of my eligibility and just started receiving weekly benefits and FPUC of $300. What should I do to get a credit of FPUC from last year? Okay, so this is an unemployment question, a very good one as well. So when you're talking about unemployment, it has to do with your effective date of unemployment. So whatever is your effective date of unemployment is when you get benefits from. So for example, let's say if your unemployment date of effectiveness is March 20th, 2020. Well, you're going to get FPUC $600 a week from March of last year to July, and then from January of this year going forward. But that's how effective dates work for purposes of unemployment. Remember, FPUC ran from March to July, and then again from January now forward. So there's several different periods of time in which you could be getting money. Mary says, hey, LALATE, I got $1,000 for utility in Michigan. Congratulations, Michelle Long. Let's cut to purple. Money right now, not 5 days from now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now. This is third stimulus, and I'm going to go over it right now. It's important to understand that there's a lot of money available for you across the country for third stimulus, and that money is going to be supplementing existing money for second stimulus. What's the big ticket item to start? It is rent and homeowners assistance. How does the rent work? The rent is money for every month that you need assistance for rent. It also includes utilities. It also includes other items around the household. For property owners, it's mortgage assistance, whether it's public or private, whether it's Fannie or Freddie or Chase or Bank of America. It's also utility assistance, and it depends on the jurisdiction. It may include property taxes. Now, here's what you need to know, is that the money is sent from the government to the state, city, and county, and that ultimately they determine the standard. Every city, county, and state is different. And where do you look for that money? You're going to look for that money in 6 locations. Here we go. Ready to get that pen and paper? Let's do it. You're going to look for that money at the State Housing Authority, State Hall, County Housing Authority, County Hall, City Housing Authority, City Hall. They're all going to have third stimulus rent money for you in the next few days. And guess what? One could say one thing and another could say another thing. Yeah. You can reach out to the State Housing Authority for rent on the third stimulus, and they may say something you don't like. And then you reach out to the county, and they don't have that standard. That's how it works. Rent is a lot of money, $5, $10, $15, $20,000. In December, I had viewers under second stimulus get $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. This is a lot of money because this could carry you to the late summer. Utilities, generally a couple $100s to a couple thousands of dollars. Now, if you reach out for that and you can't find it, there's also the nonprofits. The nonprofits are still in existence and they have nothing to do with the federal government. So they do things their own way. And those have paid out rent and utilities to viewers across the country. And those are United Way, Salvation Army, Community Action, Catholic Charities, St. Vincent de Paul. I'll say it again. Catholic Charities, St. Vincent de Paul, Community Action, United Way, and Salvation Army. Now that's the rent and the utilities and the mortgage assistance. If you're having problems finding it, there's the volunteers and the community page that can help you across the board. I'll show you a little bit about them in a second. But what's also available under third stimulus is the SNAP. SNAP is a lot of money. What is it? It's for food. It has a 15% increase. This is one of the few items that's not going to run out of money under the third stimulus package. So reach out to your Department of Agriculture for that money. It's upwards of $16,000 a year for a family of 4 in Hawaii. A lot of money. So what are the other items in third stimulus? Well, if you're a college student, $1,700 from your financial aid. If you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, rural benefits, there's the rent, there's the food, and then there's the internet. There's free internet as well. Also, there's a lot of other items that are about to permeate. And which are they? Well, if you have a child, and that child is 5 to newborn, you're going to get $3,600, paid $300 a month starting in the month of July for 1 year. And the child is 17 to 6, you're going to get $250 a month starting in the month of July for 1 year. It's a lot of money. And there's more money coming up in this video. And I'll be back with you in just 60 seconds. But first, here's a little bit about the community page that can help you get that money covered so far in this video. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right now on Afternoons LA. Thank you for the great questions and comments during the commercial break. I'll be answering them and jumping into the live chat right now. If you have questions or comments, drop them in the comments and tag me at LALATE, and I'll answer them live in broadcast. First, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video, and if you're not become a member, consider becoming a member. In this video, we'll be covering first the third stimulus check, then the other items of the third stimulus package, and then we're heading to fourth stimulus. One of the viewers earlier in the chat was Yvonne, and she said that her husband, her daughter's father, had been claiming her daughter on his tax return for the first 3 stimulus checks. So how does the daughter make sure that she gets her own stimulus check going forward? Daughter needs to file her own independent tax return, her own 2020 tax return. So the daughter should, if the daughter has not filed a 2020 return, or the father has not filed a 2020 return, also the daughter can do an amended return for 2020 to claim herself independently. That would set up the fourth stimulus to go directly to the daughter. Then Michelle M says, my husband got the stimulus check for him, for me, and our child. So 3 stimulus checks. Will I get another stimulus check? No. Why would you get an extra stimulus check? Thank you for that inventiveness. I got one. Can I have another extra? Are there extra stimulus checks sitting around? There's Valerie. I'm a single mom waiting for get my stimulus check portal says I'm eligible, but will it be deposited? I have no date. It has no date. So Valerie, yes, 50% of the viewers of this channel, the portal, the IRS Check My Stimulus Check tool never works, and that the check just appears. So if you believe that the check will land by direct deposit, then watch that deposit account on Wednesday. But also check the mail, because a large number of people set up for direct deposit may be still getting in the mail. Thank you for your comment, Valerie. Let me answer some more of your questions. Snoop, does it say pending on Direct Express, or are every single SNI getting it? Okay, that's a great question. So do you have to have a pending status to get a stimulus check on Wednesday? No, absolutely not. You can just have the check show up with no pending status on the IRS tool, no pending status on the Direct Express by Comerica tool, and no pending status at any banking tool. It can simply just show up. Great questions across the board. Now, the other money that's available for you under third stimulus is hitting really hard and fast, and it is this tax refund money. If you file taxes on your 2020 unemployment, well, IRS gave an advisory on Friday. Congratulations, you're getting a tax refund. They're going to send you a tax refund. They're going to calculate automatically for anyone who filed a 2020 tax return, paying taxes on their unemployment benefits. So what about everyone else? 2 other groups. 1, if you had your unemployment benefits every week and did not take out for taxes every week when you got it, go ahead and file your tax return. But remember, the first $10,200 is not taxable. Then the people who got their unemployment benefits every week and did take out for taxes, hold up, wait a little bit, because IRS is going to give advisory how to claim that refund when you do your tax return, which is due 1 month later. Finally, the president has agreed to consider student loan debt forgiveness. That $50,000 of student loan debt forgiveness will heat up in a legal memo from his education secretary. The president has asked the education secretary to prepare that memo and will determine it within the next 2 weeks. Incredible, great news across the board. If that is forgiven, that would be all student loan debt, up to $50,000. Of course, they could sure change their mind, but that's currently where we are. Someone's asking in the live chat, they have a representative payee. If you have a representative payee, they get the stimulus check. They need to check their mail and check the direct deposit account. Also, if you are dependent on someone else's tax return, they're getting the stimulus check, not you. Let me jump into the live chat. If you have any other questions, drop them right now, and I'll answer your questions in this live chat happening right now. Toontown, mail check March 26. Haven't gotten it. Don't worry, because it's coming. Paula, thank you, LA. Well, appreciate you. Thanks, LA. It says Snoop. Thank you, Snoop. And let me see if there's any other comments. Purple Pie Yaya has a great comment, which is, for purposes of the unemployment that I just discussed, that is federal. That is federal taxes only. There's over a handful of states that are not honoring this tax credit of the $10,200 for unemployment. It's a great question across the board. Finally, let me cut over to forced stimulus. Forced stimulus is heating up. Forced stimulus is monthly stimulus checks under the next stimulus package. And the Democrats in the Senate, which I've detailed throughout the day, are wanting to put it in there. If it got to law by June, you'll be looking at $12,000 if the checks went out starting the month of July at $2,000 a month. And if they went out at $1,400 a month starting the month of July, that would be $8,400. This is huge money. This is huge money. This is the video. This is the channel. This is the community you need to push with the force of the purple power. Hashtag MSC. Hashtag purple power. Push purple power. Go on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and tag the Democratic senators and say, you need to get this bill done now. All the Democratic senators, you need to get this bill done now. Do it by reconciliation. Do the multiple stimulus checks right now and get it out the door. Don't wait for this economy to rebound. If you wait, it could be too late. Meantime, new video from Dr. Fauci about the strains of the virus. Let's listen in to that new video from Dr. Fauci that was released earlier today, and let's hear what he has to say in his comments.
Trials. Observational data from vaccinated pregnant individuals are currently being collected both by the company and by the CDC, and no specific safety signals have been observed thus far among pregnant vaccine recipients. Next slide. If you look at the recommendation from the American College of Obstetrics and Gynecology, although they don't specifically recommend vaccination in pregnant women, they make a very important statement that all pregnant individuals who choose to receive the vaccine must be allowed to do so in alignment with state and local vaccination allocation plans. Next slide. And the question is, what about the safety associated with this? As I mentioned, as of a few days ago, there have been close to 70,000 V-Safe participants that were pregnant at the time they received the vaccination. And the CDC is currently enrolling participants to analyze the data and better understand how vaccination affects pregnant women. Final slide, next. So one looks at, what about the effect of vaccination? Well, in a study recently published in the American Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology, in 131 reproductive age vaccine recipients, it became very clear that vaccine-induced robust immune responses in pregnant women, similar to that in non-pregnant women. Not only was the immunogenicity, but the reactogenicity was similar. And
meantime, great questions and comments from viewers in the live chat. Let me answer them right now. Tia Cowboys, college students, $1,700 payout? Yes. So reach out to your college financial advisor and ask them about the $1,700 of financial aid in the third stimulus package bill in the American Recovery Act. If you're a member of this channel, look to the bill provision that covers education. It's towards the end. Let me answer some of the other questions. Valerie, you're the only person who answered my question in the entire world. Well, if you have any other questions, Valerie, certainly drop them. I'm here to help. Simply Unique Gal, what about the $1,700 for college students? Yes, same thing. The provisions about college students are in the middle of, sort of the middle to the end of the bill. Let me answer some other questions. Darlene, if you get SSI and rent is paid up, are you eligible for rent assistance? Great question, Darlene. So here is the here is it's a convoluted answer. Let me jump on screen. There is several different rents available for you now, Darlene. One is second stimulus, which did not require you to be behind on rent. Then there's the nonprofits like United Way, Salvation Army. They have their own standard. They don't require you to be behind on rent. Then there's the third stimulus package, which does not require you to be behind on rent if you can prove financial hardship. But that's a federal standard. The bill sends the money to the states, cities, and counties. And any city or any state can change the standards and make them stricter. So, for example, let's say you are here in LA County, which is also LA City. And LA City says, we require you to be behind on rent. You could reach out to LA County and they say, we don't have that requirement. And you can reach out to the California state for their money and they may say, we don't have that requirement. So it really depends. And that's what one of the viewers and I had a discussion about earlier today, is if you get an answer you don't like, reach out to another division. It's a great question. Let me jump back into the live chat and see some of the other questions you have. If you have any questions or comments, drop in the comments right now. I'll answer them right now. Marilyn Ray's Sunday is upset that we're talking about forced stimulus. We talk about everything on this channel, Marilyn. And if you only want to talk about one subject matter, you can talk about it somewhere else. Let me see some of the other comments. Anyone of Regions Bank that's on SSI will post Wednesday 7th. Yes, I had some people from Regions Bank that posted in March, but Regions does post on Wednesday. Thank you, Glenda, for the comment. Tammy, will Congress ever do that retro for the adult dependents? I don't think so. That was the Cash Act. They had the opportunity this time, and they really dropped it. I don't know why they dropped it, but they did. Bonita, will they lower SSI payments due to stimulus reoccurring in considering extra income? No, stimulus is not income. Remember, a stimulus check is not income at all. Unemployment benefits is income. Stimulus checks are not income, so it does not impact anything across the board. Great question, Bonita. Jenny asked if I was the bunny. Was I the bunny today? You know, you never know. Was I the bunny today? You never know. I might have been the bunny. Let's see any other questions or comments people have. Shauna, I'm on SSI. I got the other two checks. I have Chase Bank, no payments pending. I would call up Chase on the phone and ask them if it's pending for Wednesday. They may be able to see something, but Chase would make the funds available on Wednesday. Valerie, I wonder why some of us were able to get the stimulus out so fast in the first and two rounds. That's a great question. Let me answer that question. Valerie says, some of us got that first and second stimulus check so quickly, and the third one's coming really slow. Here's what you need to know. If you got the first and second really quickly, congratulations. Because I had tons of viewers who did not get the first and second quickly. I had some who got the first really quickly and the second insanely slow, or the second very quickly and the first insanely slow. It's been a hot mess. I have never met a single person who has gotten the first, second, and third all quickly. They've gotten one incredibly slow, and one really fast, and then one sort of in the middle. That's what's generally been the trend. But I've seen no one that has gotten every check quickly. And when I mean quickly, I mean 10 days. 3 weeks is not quickly. 3 weeks is not quickly. 4 weeks is getting on our nerves. 5 weeks is like, what the world's going on? But quick is I've had viewers get stimulus checks in 7 days, and it just makes everyone else's blood boil because the rest of the people wait around and see it 3 weeks later. But that's a great question across the board. Let me jump back into the live chat as we recap where we are tonight. Yvette got her stimulus check on Saturday. My daughter received all three within 3 days. She might be at Chime. Viewers who banked at Chime have seen the ability of certain banks to get that money right away. Sandra. So let me end with Sandra's comment. And I've been pushing this comment really clear over the last 2 weeks, and I hope I hope the viewers who know about what I'm about to say help get the message out loud and clear. I know Lynn Glenn earlier today in one of the chats said yes, and I know Jenny said get this message out loud and clear. This is what you need to know. Sandra asks, what's the update about the $200 increase for SSI and SSDI? I don't hear it. There is no update. This is what you need to know. SSI and SSDI, Social Security and Railroad benefits, you qualified for $12,000. Would you rather have $12,000 or $2,400? I think you went $12,000. 21 of 50 Democratic senators want to pay people on SSI and SSDI monthly stimulus checks to the end of this year. That's not $2,400. It's at an extra zero at the end. It's $12,000, $10,000, $8,000. It's a lot of money. The push of the viewers of this channel should be behind the effort that has the biggest support at the moment, that has the biggest payout, and that has the likelihood of getting passed, that. The $2,400 of SSI and SSDI has no likelihood unless people push for it in the Senate. And they're not pushing for it. They are pushing for something that pays you 6 times that amount of money. Along the way, and I know what's going on, it's not here, it's on other channels. Along the way, people have told people that they're automatically getting a 20% increase of their SSI benefits. No one ever said that among any of these senators. But some people have been trying to get you to watch them and say, you're getting a 20% increase to your benefits. Up to 20% increase lifetime for certain beneficiaries. Finally, CPIE, which the president can fix at any time by executive order, is about $10 to $50 a year. It's not $12,000 to $16,000. So what I want you to understand is that you need, as a family, to not split up into separate segments and only want to do one subject matter that is your subject matter. You need to get behind the bill that's at issue now, which is the 4th stimulus package, of which Democrats want to do those monthly stimulus checks, and push them to get it done as soon as possible. The faster they get it done, the faster likelihood it's out the door. And every month that passes, it's another stimulus check. Let's look back at those numbers again. If it goes out in the month of June and you got a check in July, every month, those are the numbers. So get that out as quickly as possible. Jason, do you think they'll get the 4th package soon, or do you think they'll drag it out? My concern is the president is going to waste time that is precious with his chief economic council member by talking to the Republicans who have made very clear they're opposing it. So if they're opposing it, do it by reconciliation and get it done. Those Republicans are not going to give any stimulus checks. If they get this bill to the Senate as quickly as possible, we have a possibility to get this done. But every month that this drags on, it goes another direction. What about net spend? Jonathan Johnson. So net spend did make deposits last Friday. If you have net spend and you did not get a deposit on Friday and didn't get it today, watch the mail, because net spend does pay ahead of time. Hashtag MSC, says Jacqueline Albert. Absolutely. Hashtag MSC. Take this video, share it on social media. Tag the elected senators who are Democrats. Hashtag MSC. Get this bill done right away. Also, one of the things I haven't mentioned, which is sort of obvious, tag the Democratic House members that want to get this bill done right away. They want those reoccurring stimulus checks. Now, however you formulate the language, it depends on the person. But we've seen those standalone bills from the other elected officials, and the quicker we get it out the door, the quicker we get it done. With that, if you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also like this video. And I will see you back on evenings, LALATE, at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I appreciate all your time and viewership today. Make sure you hit that like button. It really helps in the algorithm rankings. And I'll see you tonight on the live chat on Evenings LA.